Sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Nanya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying big shout out to you all for the love, the support you all shower me here with. I am grateful. You all are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about this palm-colored woman who actually came out to say that the only thing African American have these days is just that slavery. That anytime you call them out or ask them something, they hold on that slavery. And I am asking, is that slavery not part of their major history? Is it not? How many times do you people tell the Americans to forget about 9/11, the Holocaust? Do you all tell the Japanese and other nations to forget about their history and all that? But whenever it comes to African Americans, you all actually have something to say. Number one is that she actually came out to talk about this with mask. And she covered herself all through. So we don't even know who she is. And I am saying, if you are proud or if you are not scared, why do you have to cover up your face to come here and pure rubbish and all that? It's just crazy how people get on people's nerves. You all want to talk about slavery, how it happened to black people and what did not happen. Why it is only that they always hold on to. Is this still not the same slavery you all are trying to change to say that it benefited them? You all took away people from Africa down to your place and stripped them of everything they have. Every damn thing they have, including their names, like everything. Their culture. And you will have the guts to say that the only thing they hold on to is that slavery. And you're asking, what have they actually invented when you all are the people that wrote the history? And this is what you get when your oppressor writes history. It's going to be in their favor. And she went further to say, why is it that most of them have not even traveled down to their continent to know where they are from? When you all, you people lied to them about Africa and also lied to us about them. You all will never change. I am going to roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. So straight up, let's get into it.
Y'all crave white validation so bad that y'all will just sit down and listen to anything they got to say. Roll a clip.
African Americans, the only thing they really have these days that they're gonna drag up is slavery. Because I bet you at least, let's say 70% of all the African Americans living in the States, like I'm guessing now, they don't
Ooh, mistake number one. Guessing about some shit you shouldn't even be worried about. Mind your business.
even know what's going on in Africa right now.
That's true.
Get it? Like, they don't know about the resources being looted. They don't know about the coups or whatever. Like, I swear, they have no clue. The only thing they will bring up is slavery, 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 slavery. Like, that's my point. They don't even know what's going on in their home countries or whatever you're gonna call it.
Don't you think those people are being manipulated?
No, of course. But then, Google, obviously,
And this is how I know for a fact common sense ain't too common. Because you literally said African Americans and then said they don't know what's going on in their home country. First of all, Africa's a continent. A continent. Second of all, our home country is the United States. What? And see, that's the problem. That P0ple mask is too tight because you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Now stop worrying about us and worry about the fact that you only know all the things going on because your people are doing it. Scram.
African Americans, the only thing they really have these days that they're gonna drag up is slavery.
I'm sorry, unfucking provoked. Unfucking provoked. Like, what the fuck is this girl problem with us? What is everybody's problem with us? We in everybody's fucking mouth. What the fuck did we do to you people? I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Her take was so fucking stupid that I don't even know how to fucking respond to it. Bro, she's gonna talk about us as African Americans. All we have to do is drag out slavery because, and somehow that's, even if that was true, what does that have to do with anything doing with Africa where I've never even fucking been to? Oh my fucking God. We've been over here for 400 years. We've been over here on the New World, the New World, which is now the United States, for 400 years. What? Oh my fucking God. Like, I'm done. I'm done. Leave us the fuck alone, yo.
African Americans, the only thing they really have these days that they're gonna drag up, it's slavery.
And that's because people like you don't seem to understand that many African Americans don't have a connection to what's going on in Africa. But many of us are aware about what's going on the African continent as far as like the looting, the taking of the minerals and the resources, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But my issue with you, miss, everyone else can talk about their history and everyone can talk about their tragic past. But we as African Americans can't. We have to remember everything fucking else that happens to every other person throughout the globe. But when it comes down to us, we got to take a backseat for that bullshit? Definitely not. But if you're so knowledgeable, why are you wearing a pink mask looking like Russell from Fat Albert? Think on that.
African Americans living in the States, like I'm guessing now, they don't even know what's going on.
How did you let her trick you with that trick question just that fast, man? Africa, you got to know that we know what's going on. Come on. Europeans can trick y'all just like that, man. It's so easy. And that's what makes me so upset. Bro, you handled her real good on your videos. All of them. Then as soon as it came to African Americans, when she said, African Americans don't even know what's going on in the States. She got your mind to believe the Africans or Americans are dumb. And you fell for it. You said, I know. But you just went to sleep. She put you to sleep. Trick question. She put you to sleep just that fast. Bro, African Americans know all this stuff that's going on. They know whatever comes to eat you is trying to come eat me. Come on, man. I'm disappointed in this video, bro.
African Americans, the only thing they really have these days that they're gonna drag up, it's slavery.
Go watch that whole video. You know, we got to fight everybody battles. Over in Africa, black people in Africa are the majority, and they get bullied by the minority. Now, the FBA, we supposed to leave America, go over to Africa to help Africa when African people are not even helping themselves. And by the way, they anti-FBA. Nigeria even came up with a word to describe the black people, yo. And the only thing that African people can say, when I was a kid, you call me African booty scratcher. Fam, you 50 years old, you still holding on to that grudge? And go watch Boys in the Hood. We call each other, especially dark-skinned black men, African booty scratcher. Another napkin woman always telling black people, man, who we are, what we about, and what we should do. Because they look at black people as slaves in 2023.
African Americans, the only thing they really have these days that they're gonna drag up, it's slavery.
2 questions, maybe 3. Why is she on your show? Why is she wearing that mask? Why is it not white? Like the white one with the holes in it. Like, I need those questions answered ASAP.
Like a bit of a victim mentality still with black people like around.
You guys ever watch this show? Bro be really calm and then she be really aggressive. But if bro would turn his aggression to how she do it, instead of playing the black person all the time, like black people always playing, why don't black people play the white person sometime? But like, no, yeah, you enslaved me, I'm gonna enslave you back. I bet you her eyes are buck out her head. Like, yeah, you're not getting no more resources since you don't understand what you did to us. We're gonna enslave y'all. Bro, that would change the whole conversation and really mean what he's wanted to say.
African Americans, the only thing they really have these days that they're gonna drag up, it's slavery.
You know what I find funny? Y'all always say, y'all got main character syndrome. Y'all always think we talking about you. Y'all always think we talking about you. It's kind of hard to not feel like the main character when y'all make us the main character. Neither one of them are African American. Why are we being brought up in the conversation? Why are we being brought up unprovoked? And she know to keep that mask on, honey. Because if we see what the hell you got up under that mask, oh, it's up.
African Americans, the only thing they really have these days that they're gonna drag up, it's like, okay, so she's sitting there saying that African Americans only know slavery. We are going to drag out slavery. And he's agreeing with her, right? And she's saying that we don't know what's going on in Africa. We don't know that they are getting their resources taken. We don't know what's going on in our homeland, etc. And he's still agreeing with everything she said, right? But do you see Europeans coming on TikTok telling white Americans that stuff? Like, do you see Europeans telling white Americans that they don't know what's going on in their homeland and they only know their colonizer history and stuff? But I'm trying so hard to understand what she's trying to say and like what's the correlation. Like, what does African Americans speaking about slavery have to do with not knowing what's going on in Africa? Do you guys realize that slavery is a part of our history and we are allowed to speak about it? Like, what are y'all talking about? And why is he agreeing? She didn't make no sense. Like, she's sitting here talking about how we don't know what's going on in Africa and they are getting their resources taken. Okay, there are people who are going through shit in America as well, including African Americans. America isn't some type of utopia where everybody is rich and don't have to worry about anything, including African Americans. We are going through a lot of things in America as well. We have to deal with a lot of crap. And I'm pretty sure continental Africans are not worried about that or don't know what's going on. You guys need to realize that African Americans are American. The USA is our country just as much as it is your country. Anybody who is born here is from this country and is American. You guys do not have the same energy for white Americans. You guys don't tell them to worry about Europe or go back to Europe, or they don't know nothing about Europe so they can't call themselves such and such. Y'all only have this problem with African Americans because y'all swear that white Americans is the default American. Y'all believe that they are the only ones who can be American. Like, no. Like, I'm not saying nobody should be worried about Africa or nobody should spread awareness, but it's just like that whole video is stupid and makes no type of sense. Why is it okay for black people to use a word that is seemed so offensive?
You can't use the N-word because...
that makes no sense.
Because your people did the persecution.
Yeah, but I don't want to be blamed for something other people have done.
That's why you shouldn't use the N-word, because it's a racial slur.
But if it's in a song, can I not sing along with the song?
Look, black people are not the only ones that have racial slurs.
Yeah.
The white do. There's a C word.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to use it now. When African Americans, when they use the N-word, I believe it's a sign of protest to remind you that we know our histories, that we've not forgotten. So I believe that's why they put it in their songs. Well, that's why it's common.
Exactly, because it's in so many songs and like they're singing along and hallelujah, everything is awesome. I don't know, I feel weird singing a song with this word in it,
yes.
like the N word. For black people to use a word that is seemed so offensive.
I ain't gonna lie, I think other people's or other races like confusion with the use of the N word shows how a lot of people don't really understand us as a people. I'm gonna try to like explain it to some of y'all, so to see if y'all get it if you don't already. But like, to all my black people, have y'all ever stopped to notice that we somehow find a way to like take all of the harshness or the negativity out of something and then put it back out into the world? Even as simple as like a joke. Black people can literally make a joke about anything. Any serious situation that happens, we somehow make a laugh out of it, which is good and bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's all good, but you get what I'm saying. And more often than not, if you black, you know what I'm talking about right now. And this also applies to the N-word. He took something that people always try to use against us to diminish us and tear us down, and we turned it into something cool for us, and now everybody thinks it's cool because we made it cool. Then when we get upset when people say it or use it out of context, like there's always this flare-up of freedom of speech and this, that, and the third. It's deeper than that. The craziest part is, I'm gonna be 100. I know certain people that aren't black that say it, that I'm not gonna lie, I really don't be tripping on because of who they are and like the person that they are. Those people exist. Black cards are real. Like, that's a real thing. You can have a black card, bro. I promise, bro. I'm gonna say it because nobody else is gonna say it. But these are the little understandings that help us come to like a comprehension about each other as people, bro, if that makes sense. But I think that's why everything around us is working to keep us divided, bro, so we don't ever stop to look at these simple things that are sitting in our faces.
Black people didn't discover basically anything according to the history books I learned. No new territory when it comes to science, math.
On whose account of history are you talking about?
The history books I've been taught with in school.
Written by your people.
I can't remember a single black man in those books, honestly.
In those books?
Yeah, I can't remember any.
Let me tell you something. The victors of history, they write the narrative.
Yeah.
You know? They're going to write history based on their accounts.
Right.
Not on the account of Africans.
You want to see more? Full podcast available on link below or series tab in bio. Black people didn't discover basically anything according to the history books I learned.
The one thing I hate is white people like this. Like, they'll get on the internet and say things like, you know what, I don't think black people are really that smart. I think Asians are inferior to white folks. I think Hispanic people are really lazy. Or I just think, like, black people are overall just dumb, but wear like a whole mask and everything, cover up their face. What are you scared of? Please tell me. So, like, I just want to know, while saying these things, why are you wearing a mask? What are you trying to hide? Is it the fact that you know if people knew who you were that they may come after you, so you know about the fact that what you may be saying is a bunch of BS? But hey, that's just my speculations. Tell me why in the comments you may be thinking that she's possibly wearing a mask.
How many African Americans has gone to visit from where they come from? How many % do you think?
The reason why they don't go back,
none,
the reason why they don't go back, or they don't have it in their mind to go back to Africa, to go visit, you know, go invest, is because of the narrative that Africa is a bad place, a jungle. People live on trees. There's nothing out there. There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
They don't want investment coming from the West to Africa. That's why they spread this narrative that Africa is a jungle. Will you take your money to a jungle?
If I would say such a thing, I would be seen as a racist, right? But when they talk, if I would say that, oh, Africa is just huts and jungle and whatever, then I would be seen as a racist. It's very interesting.
You'll be seen as ignorant because Africa is not just huts and
whatever. But the African Americans, if they're saying this to themselves, like, oh, we don't want to go visit there because
they don't say
developed.
it.
So they don't say
they
it to
don't
themselves.
say it. They just feel not interested in visiting Africa.
Full podcast available on link below or series tab in bio.
Of Europeans.
Jealous of you.
100%.
See yourself. See. Kom maar, ik schwör. Immer mehr Bullshit. Immer mehr Bullshit. Hör mal zu. Für was? Nennt mir bitte mindestens 3 Sachen. Mindestens 3 Sachen. Warum wir Afrikaner eifersüchtig auf Europäer sein sollten. Bitte.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and I mean, there are some conversations you hear, you are like, I mean, I don't know how they got to that place, but why was she actually wearing mask like every other person asked? She shouldn't have worn that. I mean, come out, let's see who you are. Let's talk about it. You all do not you have never asked Japanese to stop talking about their this thing, or talking about the Holocaust, or talk about 9/11. But when black people talk about slavery, which was one of their major history, and somebody has something to say, I mean, like, who made you a judge right here? Like, are you being real? I mean, it's really crazy how black people were just gonna be on their own, and then boom, all of a sudden they are in a very huge discussion that they do not even know anything about. Yes, the truth is that they are going to keep talking about slavery till the last day, because you all are still lying about this term slavery. You all do not want to talk about. You all say that it's all about them talking about slavery. The slavery, you all refuse to say the truth about it. And now it is now you all saying that slaves benefited from slavery and the rest of it. And so many lies you all have been saying. Saying black history is violent, that's why it should not be taught in school, and the rest of it. Like, come on. How do you all wake up to jump into a discussion that got nothing to do with you? Now you are asking, some of them do not even know where they come from, because you all stripped them all that from the onset. They do not know where they come from. That is number one. What they know is that they are African. African is a continent, but they do not know where exactly they come from in that continent, because you people stripped away everything, every damn thing that they got, their culture, their name, everything. So how are they gonna know? How will they know where they are? I'm happy they know they are Africans. They don't visit their home. It is not a home country. It is African, a continent. So we'll talk about Nigeria, Cameroon. That is one we're talking. Not just coming online to spew rubbish and all that. Allow them to exist in peace. They have been in the United States for how many? 400 years. Now you want to talk about it. And they are Americans. Are they not? You all always wake up to say that, that they should be lucky that you all took them away from where they are to bring them to what is it called? To modernization, to, Western world and all that. Do you know what it means to go to somebody's country and steal the person and strip away everything about that person? I mean, it's abomination. You don't know that. And you all are saying that they have to be grateful and try to make it because every other thing has been made easy for them. When was it? When did you guys make things easy for them? When exactly? It's just amazing how they wake up to set things without even thinking of it. And she was talking about the history, like what invention did they make? When the history was written by your oppressors, what do you expect to see in that history? What do you expect? I mean, I don't like to wake up to things like this, but then next time she want to talk anything that got to do with African American, come out with that mask. Let's see your face so we will understand, you know? And you all lied. You all lied to them about Africa. You all told them that Africa is a very horrible place. The same way you all told us that they are horrible people. But now we know better, we understand better, and we are going to embrace them because they are ours. We are the same, our brothers, our cousins. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain and see you all in my next video. Bye for now.